Today I'm going to finish this starter base. So what we need to do first will be connecting a road, which we'll head over there to where I eventually want to build a larger sort of city area, as well as filling out farmland and maybe some custom trees and stuff, kind of enclose this area. As you can see, I'm in a creative test world right now. There's not much in this world, I only made it like a couple weeks ago. I haven't really been using it, but I'm going to come up with a few designs for custom trees to start off with. Now the designs to these oak trees are done, and I really like this largest oak tree. I'm probably going to include this one in the world. I'm not sure about the one behind it, I'm not particularly happy with that. And this tiny one, sort of sapling one, looks really cute, so I might add that in a few spots. So I'm going to put the first large custom oak tree right over here. And I'm laying out an area of flat ground to build it on now. But I want this to be a tree that's clearly stood here for a very long time. So it's kind of like, almost like a local landmark. So with the tree over here now built, this area is starting to come together. This will sort of be the edge of town, where the road's going to come along here. So I'm going to add some fields in here, just to kind of round it out and make the whole town feel sort of integrated into the landscape more. I'm also thinking about grading the bank of the river along here, just to make the whole area kind of feel again more natural. As even though it's likely not going to be completely finished, as I will probably come back many times in the future, I want to be able to say that this area is done to a point where I'm ready to move on by the end of this episode. So I built up the second field and just growing up. So next I'm going to run a path with some coarse dirt just around here. And I think I'm going to integrate some flowers and foliage around the base of the tree. Now the path is in, the boring bit's over. So what I'm going to do is whilst the grass grows up, I'm going to go out looking for a few bits of foliage just to put down near the tree. I think these wildflowers should be good. Well, it's a few lily of the valley, some bushes. I could also do with a bit of leaf litter. It's odd this turtle's moved all the way over here. And a couple azure bluette. Now all I have to do is figure out where the beams of light could break through the tree and plant a couple flowers down like that. I think one might be able to come down here. And then I want to get some wildflowers and put in a couple spots. And then lily of the valley. And then leaf litter, the base of the tree. And finally one or two bushes just to finish off the look. Now I feel like it's a little bit light on the front still. So I'm going to add an extra bush. I think I might add a few more wildflowers in here. I think that's come together as a nice little spot. Okay, now there's no more rain. I'm really liking how this area's come together. I think it adds a little bit of life to this sort of corner. I'll skipping ahead a little bit because I didn't think it'd be particularly interesting to show all the details. I did add a little bit of a riverbank over here. Now this one's got slightly different plant life to this one over there. And I feel like it's partly possibly due to this one being a bit more sheltered. It's come in a bit thicker. Now something suggested in the comments on a previous video was that I textured these bits of wood here like I did with the rest of the building's wood. And I thought about it, and although I was going to do it at first because it was a really good suggestion, I've decided not to go with it because I think these buildings, which are run by the mining company in this town, they're going to prioritise the critical infrastructure for their mining, as that's what's going to make them the profits. So this stuff is going to probably be repaired regularly, whereas the actual stuff like the blacksmiths, likely the building itself won't be looked after as well. I'm going to add one more build to the town. I've already designed it in Creative and I've imported that design into the world with like Matica. So I'm now going to build that, and I thought I'll first just show you. It's going to go over there, and it will be like a building which has accommodation for some of the workers to live in as they kind of come in on the edge of town. Okay, so this has now been built, and what I thought I'd do is have a little kind of stoneworking area, which might be dealing with some of the stone that's come from the quarry. Then inside the house, got a load of bunk beds where villagers will sleep, a little area as a kitchen and washing area, and I just think it makes quite nice to have a little house for all the people to live in. And I'm going to add just here a connection up to the path, finish up the area. Now I don't know how to feel about using the raw copper blocks in the wall, but I kind of wanted it to look like sort of cracked mossy bricks, and I think it's the best I could do. As I think the company running this area is very much least likely to be looking after the residential properties. So that's why I've thought maybe this one's a bit run down, and also it's against the water, so it may well have flooded occasionally and got damp into the wall. So with the starter base all finished now, I think it's time that I grab some water and I head on over to this lava pool so I can flood it and get some obsidian. As today I'm going to head into the nether. And with the obsidian mine now, I just need to find where I'm going to put this starting portal. Now, I think this portal probably will only be temporary, so I'm not going to put it anywhere too important. To be completely honest, I think down here in the mine should work just fine. So I think I'm going to head in, and just in here put a little area to put a nether portal. Now all I need to do now is grab a flint and steel, and light the portal. Now I have got a chest to put some more of these flint and steels in, and some blocks, and a crafting table, as I want to build a safe area outside my portal, just so I have somewhere where I'm protected. Let's just hope for a good spawn. Okay, so that's not bad, but not ideal. I completely got any gold these days, so I'm just gonna quickly build up a safe space now. I really could do without getting attacked. I really didn't think about what I actually needed to bring to the nether. Right, so that will have to do. Got a couple flint and steels in there. I need to get some wood, so I'm just going to run in and grab some. I have to do that, and I'm going to go straight back. I want to build a door. Right, yeah, I'll do a door. I'll do trapdoors actually. Wait, no, I do need a door, that won't work. Perfect, let's just put a door on there. Let's also lock that in. And now on this side of the portal, to make sure this gravel's all safe. Oop, not ideal. I just need to make sure I can get through like that. Okay, so that's now blocked in. Should be pretty safe in here, I think. Gonna organize my inventory a bit. And on the other side of the portal, I'm also gonna add another chest with flint and steels, just in case it gets destroyed from that side. Or if I want to grab some more, I guess, just to bring into the nether. And I think it's time I grab some gold armor, and I think we should go exploring. So now with the gold helmet acquired and a few ingots, I think it's time I explore this piece of the nether. I'm just trying to figure out where the actual area is. I'm gonna pop that on, I'm gonna head in. Okay, so over that side we've got a lava lake, so I'm gonna avoid that completely for now. And let's head up into the Crimson Forest. While I'm here, I am going to grab some quartz ore, because, you know, it's always good to have some. Grab some fungus. That's always useful, as well as some of the, what is it, warp nylium, I want to say? Yeah, warp nylium. Not warp crimson, sorry. Grab some of the crimson nylium. And there's the warped fungus as well, so I'll grab some of that. Ooh. Soulstone Valley there, that's cool. And these guys do hit hard, so I want to keep my distance. Yeah, I really don't see much going on here that's going to be of any use. Maybe I'll walk out and just have a look over there, just in case there's a fortress, but otherwise I'm going to head home. Okay, so I'm really not seeing too much here, but I'm gonna head home. I don't want to die. Hopefully the portal should be round here somewhere. I'm not seeing it though, which is getting a bit worrying. There it is. Okay, good. We're nearly home. But there we go, with the nether secured and the starter base kind of finished up. I think that's all we have time for this week. I'm really sorry it hasn't been very much of a long episode. I've just been really, really busy and I haven't had much time to record. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.